It's time for Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you by Bank West, Beck Motors, Avera, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Stulkin Peterson, Walti and Jones LLP, Graham Tire, and Kruger Contracting.
That one out to left field. That's down for a base hit. Pierre will take the lead. Grounding third, trying to score is Kaiser. He will slide in safely. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Zabel in the 7th, and Pierre takes a 4-2 lead.
And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Ye Gare, May Adam, Wagner Auto, Comtech, Gales Gas, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Agtegra, and AGE Corporation.
3-2 pitch. Stalley, fly ball to left field. That should be deep enough to win the ball game. Kaiser will tag up from third. The catch is made. The throw coming to the plate. 10 in a row for the Governors. They scored 3 in the 7th inning. Stalley with a walk-off sac fly.
Pierre Governor Baseball is also brought to you in part by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, True Green Chemlawn, Nystrom Electric, Fisher Rounds, Faith Lutheran Church, Graham Tire, and CHS River Plains.
1-1 pitch. Fly ball to left field. Merkwan going back on it. Still going back. He's up underneath it. And for the first time in history, the Pierre Governors win the Class A State Baseball Championship. A dogpile ensues near first base.
And by Lamb Motors, First Dakota National Bank, Edward Jones Financial, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping. Now, let's head to the booth with the call of the game with the voice of the Governors, KCCR Sports Director, John Winkler.
And for the first time, we wait all year for it. Friday night baseball here at Hyde Stadium as the Pierre Governors take on the O'Gorman Knights, and for the final time on a Friday in the regular season as we're into the final weekend of the regular season as the Govs take on the Knights here in a doubleheader. They'll take on Yankton on Sunday to close out the season, and the Governors are looking for a second and third straight wins after stealing one on Tuesday, picking up a 2-1 win, scoring both their runs in the bottom of the 7th to beat the Stevens Raiders, split that game, and stay at 6th place in the standings going into the final weekend of the year. One of three doubleheaders to be taking place tonight. We'll again have coverage on Sunday as well, but the Governors focus on the O'Gorman Knights, who are coming in 5th place. This is 5 versus 6 in the standings. O'Gorman at 12-5 in South Dakota games, 17-10 overall. The Governors at 10-7. 42.176 seed points for O'Gorman, 41.412 seed points for the Governors. So 2 big wins. It might get you up there, drop O'Gorman enough that maybe you can find your way into the 5th place. But overall, the Governors are looking for just 4 wins or 4 games, whether it be 4 wins or not, but 4 games here this weekend, playing some of your best baseball to get you going into the playoffs. And in return, we'll make sure that you stay inside the top 8 so you can host the playoff series coming up next Friday and win that best 2 of 3 to get you into the state tournament and the final 8 state tournaments for the Pierre Governors, looking to try and win back-to-back state championships after winning their first ever last year, just about a year ago when they knocked off the Harrisburg Tigers. Governors and O'Gorman Knights coming up here from Hyde Stadium. O'Gorman, they again 12-5 in the season. They're a good pitching team. We're going to talk about their starting pitcher in Sam Marsh here in just a little bit, and we'll talk about the rest of their pitching staff, who does not give them a whole lot of runs. They got a team batting average that is not where probably they would like it to be, but higher than what the Governors have had over the last several games, especially. The Govs and Knights are trying to put themselves in the right spot and get themselves in the right stepping going into the state tournament, going into the playoffs next weekend when the season officially comes to an end on Sunday, and we'll see where the chips lie. But the Governors have 4 games to get themselves going here before the end of the year. Blake Dean will join me coming up here later on in this game, or later on here, maybe even before the game, if not as the game progresses. He'll join me on the call tonight. Good to have him for the first time in 2024 as well. Just the 3rd time we've been at home all year as the Govs take on the O'Gorman Knights from Hyde Stadium on a beautiful Friday evening. And great, the field looks in great shape. The everything looks great about today. And the only thing that can make it better is 2 Pierre Governor wins. And they've got the chance to do that here tonight. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, come back with the starting lineups. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors in the O'Gorman Knights coming up from Hyde Stadium as we go through these starting lineups. First for the O'Gorman Knights, Trenton Fisher will lead things off. He's playing second base. The shortstop, Charlie Huners, will bat second. Sully Schlimgen is the catcher, batting third. Hunter Denmore, the right fielder, will bat fourth. Zach Dunham, the first baseman, batting fifth. Brogan Moffitt, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Jake Wheeler, the DH, batting seventh. Zach Sprinkle, the center fielder, batting eighth. And Jack Sunvold, the left fielder, will bat ninth for the O'Gorman Knights. Sam Marsh is on the mound with a 1.189 ERA and a 1.132 whip. Batting average against a 182, so a very good starting pitcher for the O'Gorman Knights. For the Pierre Governors, Nolan Peterson will lead things off. He's the catcher. Kate Kaiser will bat second. He's the shortstop. George Staley, the center fielder, batting third. Charlie Simpson, the right fielder, will bat fourth. Jet Zabel, pitching, will bat fifth. Miles Doyle, the second baseman, batting sixth. Grayson Hunsley, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Matthew Burr, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Spencer Easlin, the left fielder, will bat ninth here for the Governors. We'll take one more break, come back in 3 minutes for the start of our ball game. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. the line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Happy anniversary, Wagner Auto. Wagner Auto is celebrating 117 years in the area with sales and service, and now they want to thank you for taking part. When you buy a vehicle at Wagner's, you'll receive $117 in beef bucks just in time for grilling season. See us for details. Get sale prices on Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Check out our ever-expanding inventory. Get the best deals now during the 117th anniversary celebration at Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealership. Wagner Auto, 330 East Sioux in Pierre. YAG Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag, chemical, and seed retailer. YAG Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. YAG Air for all your ag, chemical, and seed needs. Kyle, 605-280-8710 or Tony, 605-280-4771.
And we welcome you back here. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one as Jed Zabel was quicker than we were ready to go. That one will be chopped at the plate. It'll be picked up by Zabel. He'll throw to first to retire Trenton Fisher, and it was Fisher not running out of the batter's box, thinking it fouled off his foot. It looked like it fouled off of his foot, but the umpires did not see it, and they've got to see it to actually make the call. Obviously, with Fisher, the way he reacted to it, he wasn't going to run, and it will be a foul ball. The way he reacted to it kind of tells you that that's the reason why he didn't run, is because it ended up hitting his foot. So it's an 0-2 count, and the 0-2 pitch will miss low for ball one. Fisher leading things off for the O'Gorman Knights. Second baseman here in game number one. Comes in with a .333 batting average for the O'Gorman Knights. 1-2 pitch. That one taken for strike three. A couple extra pitches later, and Jed Zabel gets the first out and a strikeout. And we're underway here on a beautiful Friday night. Friday evening. Actually, not quite the evening yet, only 4:58, but game time temperature at 73 degrees. Beautiful 73 degrees, as this will be lined foul by Charlie Huners on the first pitch. Winds at 15 miles an hour out of the north-northwest, gusting at 23, but really haven't seen with the flag, haven't seen a whole lot of that. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. To Charlie Huners, the shortstop, and Zabel is dealing to begin this ball game. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball that's grounded over the third baseman, fielded at third by Hunsley. The throw to first is in time, and the first two are retired in order. And it will bring up the number 3 hitter in Sully Schlimgin. As it is Spencer Easel now left, George Stalling in center, Charlie Simpson in right. Grayson Hunsley at third, Cade Kaiser at short, Miles Doyle at second, Matthew Brewer at first, and Nolan Peterson behind the plate here for the Governors. First pitch to Sully Schlimgin will miss low for ball one. Schlimgin is coming in at .368 batting average, 3 home runs in the season, 21 runs driven in. That is second on the team behind Hunter Denbor, who hits after him. As it counts quickly 2-0 here to Schlimgin. Hit a home run last year against Pierre in the regular season at Augustana. That one misses high, and the count's now 3-0. And after Zabel had the first two guys down the count 0-2, He's 3-0 here to Schlimgen. 3-0 pitch will miss outside for ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk issued to Schlimgen. And it will bring up Denmore, who again has a team lead in RBIs, 33 runs driven in and 77 at-bats, 32 hits, 33 RBIs. It's a pretty good average to have. 416 batting average, 7 doubles, 4 home runs. So as much as we talk about Schlimgen having the power in the order, well, Denmore's got pretty good power as well. He'll swing and foul that first pitch back for strike 1. Zabel's coming in. This will be his 6th start and 6th appearance overall. He's 3-1, 10 hits allowed and 9 runs, 5 of them earned, 18 walks and 23 strikeouts. So that ERA at 1.35. That 0-1 pitch catches the bottom of the zone, and the count's quickly 0-2 here to Denmore. 1.08 whip and a batting average against that 116. As it counts 0-2, you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station, as it is past 5 o'clock now on this Friday evening. Took us to the final weekend of the year to have some Friday baseball at Hyde Stadium. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Runner takes off. That is outside off the glove of Peterson. Getting up off the base, who was sliding in, was Schlimgen. He'll stay out at second with the stolen base. And the count's 1-2, and a base hit could drive him in and give O'Gorman the early lead. Governors had 2 different Friday home games get rained out. Their home opener and another game actually it wasn't the home opener. This one will be off the glove of Peterson. And into third base now will go Schlimgen. So the count goes to 2-2. And for sure a base hit will drive in the run. Zabel had retired the first 2, striking out looking and a routine ground ball to the third baseman in Hunsley, but a 2-out walk and stolen base wild pitch. 2-2 pitch. This will be flown out towards right center field. Long run coming over. Stalley will make the catch. As it was, well, now the ball drops down and they will say it is not a catch. So the run does score. Stalley had it. Simpson was behind him. I don't know if they end up hitting each other or not, but the ball did fall. And we have time called, and it will be an RBI double for Hunter Denmore. And a 1-0 lead here for the O'Gorman Knights. Hit it to the gap. Both Simpson and, well, now they're going to talk about this, and because it looked like Stalley had it when he had made the catch, and then as he continued to slide, all of a sudden, then the ball came out from out there. That's why I had said that he had caught it, but then looking again, and everybody's still running. It's going to be hard to, I think, to overturn it. Yeah, they will not overturn it. It will be a double. And a RBI for Hunter Denmore, and it's now Zach Dunham that come to plate.
Come on, Blue!
So here's Zach Dunham, 293 batting average, 20 runs driven in. First pitch by Zabel is over for a strike, and the count's 0-1. So a break that doesn't go the way here for the Pierre Governors. And a 1-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. There's a swing and a miss. An off-speed pitch from Zabel, and the count's 0-2. Zabel will come set from the stretch. Runner started to take off. He'll go back to the bag. Now the 0-2 pitch will be outside for a ball, and the count's 1-2. He was trying to take off on Zabel, looking 2 second and then looking back home and take off with the move that Zabel made and get him timed out. But no one was over there at the second base bag to try and pick him off. 0-2 pitch will miss just low and inside. And the count goes to now 2-2. Zabel looking to get out of this first inning. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3, and Zabel will get 2 strikeouts in the inning. 1 run scores on 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base after a half an inning, a 1-0 lead for O'Gorman. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors are down 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning of the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. In the lineup for the Pierre Governors, Nolan Peterson will lead things off. He is catching in game number 1. Kate Kaiser will bat second and play short. It is George Staley, the center fielder, batting third. Charlie Simpson, the right fielder, batting fourth. Jed Zabel will be pitching, batting fifth. Miles Doyle, the second baseman, batting sixth. Grayson Hunsley, the third baseman, batting seventh. Matthew Brewer will bat eighth and play first base, and Spencer Easland rounds out the order as he's in left field. And they go against Sam Marsh, who is making his 4 starts and 6 appearances overall. 17 2/3 innings. He's 5-0 on the season. Allowed just 12 hits in 17 2/3 innings. 8 runs, only 3 of them earned. 8 walks, 17 strikeouts, an ERA at 1.189 and a whip at 1.132. Batting average against at 182. So hits have been at a premium when Sam Marsh is on the mound for O'Gorman, and the Governors will have to manufacture some runs. More so than what they did on Tuesday. Obviously, they just scored the 2 runs, but they got those 2 runs in game 2 to win over the Stevens Raiders. As Marsh will get set to deliver the first pitch here to Nolan Peterson. That'll miss just outside for ball 1. Here at the bottom of the first, Nolan Peterson hitting .395 in the season, team leader in batting average. Got the most hits on the year as well with 17, 3 doubles. Here's a slow ground ball to the third baseman, fielded by the third baseman, and Moffitt. His throw to first will be in time, and 2 pitches and 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And then we'll bring up Kate Kaiser. Kaiser comes in. He's hitting .200 so far in the year. He's got just 2 hits, but only 10 at-bats and 13 in total plate appearances. He has scored 5 runs so far in the year, and after dealing with that broken finger for the majority of that first part of the season, and by the time that he was able to start hitting again, that's when we had started having all the rainouts. And so the amount of games that he's been able to play has been few and far between compared to how many games have been played for the Pierre Governors. Or if the case was last year, it would have been a lot easier for Kaiser to play in more games than he has. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and the count's 1-2. The Governors have dealt with the injury bug both before the season, at the beginning of the season, and now here towards the end of the season as well. That one will miss low, and the count's now 2-2. Obviously, Kaiser being out for the period of time that he was out with the broken finger, and then Ridge Leinbach goes down with the arm injury. That will keep him out of the spring and the summer. And then Carter Schuffelbein, he's out for the rest of the season with the back issue. As Kaiser will sky this out to left field, going back as a left fielder. That one is going to get out of here. A 1-out solo shot for Kate Kaiser. And the ball game's tied just like that. His first of the season. Governor's 3rd home run overall of the year. One way to get your first RBI of the season as well. Kaiser drives himself in with a solo blast.
That hit brings to
And now we'll bring up number 3 hitter, George Stalley. Stalley's got the second most hits on the team, a .308 batting average, 6 doubles, which is most on the team. First pitch to him, that'll be upstairs. Counts 1-0. So a guy that's of batting average against at 182, giving up his first hit, a no-doubter to Cade Kaiser. First pitch is upstairs, or the 1-0 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Here's the 2-0 from Marsh. That is upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. I gotta tell you, Cade Kaiser also very living in the moment of that solo shot too. That was a slow jogger on the bases. it was not the fastest jog you ever see around the bases. He was savoring the moment of hitting that home run. And this will bring up Charlie Simpson on a 4-pitch walk to George Stalley. And rightfully so. He hit the home run. Go back to see if there's a bat flip on top of it too. He enjoyed the jog around the bases. First pitch will be at the bottom of the zone to Charlie Simpson. He's got one of those 3 home runs now. As he digs in for Simpson, a .222 batting average on the year. 10 runs driven in for Simpson. Runner takes off. The throw will go to second. It is wide of the bag on the first base side, and Stalley will slide in safely without a tag. And he is in score position. The Governors and another man in score position here with trying to take the lead here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-1 to Simpson. There's a ground ball on the left side, fielded by the third baseman, or the shortstop, throw to third. Stalley will be tagged out. And Simpson will be safe at first on the fielder's choice. And Stalley was one of those hard spots to be at on the ground ball where it was located. If you don't break right away, you got to go back to the bag because it's on the left side of second base. But it was hit right to him, so he felt like being able to take off a little bit later would still be okay. But Huners to Moffitt retired him in a fielder's choice as the first pitch to Zabel is missing for ball 1. It's about another 2 feet to the right side of the infield towards the second base bag. It'll be no worries. This will be popped up on the left side. Long run for everybody. It will drop in. And Simpson, with nobody covering third, he will easily glide into third base. It's a 2-out single by Jed Zabel. A little bleeder that falls through. And the Governors, with their second hit of the inning, is up to Miles Doyle to try and drive in a run. Sun and Shine will run for Zabel. First and third. 2 outs here at the bottom of the first. A 1-1 tie. We'll see if Miles Doyle can drive in the go-ahead run. 188 batting average so far. Double, 2 runs driven in for Doyle. First pitch off the end of the bats. It's going to be a tough play for Huners at short. He will field. His throw to first will be just in time to retire Doyle and end the inning. 1 run does score on 2 hits in the inning. It was a solo shot by Cade Kaiser. No errors and 2 men left on base. After 1 complete, it's a 1-1 tie here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Whoa, hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder! Yeah, that hurt.
And there are epic moments.
Slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Form, function, finesse. The all-new 2024 all-wheel drive Ford Escape is now on sale at Capital City Ford for $32,000 with up to $2,250 in rebates. If you're looking for adaptable interiors ready for your daily adventures, whether it's a trip to the grocery store, to a spontaneous road trip, and everywhere in between, Capital City Ford has you covered. Payments are as low as $385 with Ford Credit Flex Buy program. For more information and details, contact a sales professional at Capital City Ford. Check out their full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierre.
Top of the second, 1-1 score on the American Family Insurance, the Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. Brian Moffitt, Jake Wheeler, Zach Sprinkles, 6, 7, and 8 here for the O'Gorman Knights. As we're underway, 1-1 is our score. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean, who joins me for the first time all season, as the first pitch to Brian Moffitt will come in and be taken at the knees for strike one. Blake, it's good to have you on the air back again.
I was going to say, it's almost like having to put the training wheels back on, because I don't think I've called a game with you since probably February during the basketball season. So I apologize if the listeners, the listening body out there is going to have to give me some grace, because it's been a while since I've been on the air. So
1-1 pitch will be high and outside. The count's now 2-1. It's like riding a bike. Just never forget.
That's easy for you to say. You're on the air all the time.
Well, but yeah, 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. Brian Moffitt, as he hits for the first time, 328 batting average, 3 doubles, a triple home run, 20 runs driven in for Moffitt. This core of the order, 3 through 6, get the job done for O'Gorman more times than not. There's a ground ball up the third baseline. Hunsley fields his throw to first will be in time. It was low to the bag, but Matthew Brewer able to scoop it out, and there's one down.
Yeah, that's a nice play there by Hunsley over at third base, coming to get the short hop, not letting it get to the dirt on the infield, and he's able to make the strong throw across the diamond for out number 1.
Here is now Wheeler to the plate, 250 batting average, and he takes ball 1. Mentioned this 3-4, 5, and 6 for the O'Gorman Knights, as this will be skied foul, should stay out of play, and it will, and the count's now 1-1. But these 4 guys have, let's see, for Schlimgen, 21 runs driven in, Denboer with 33, and then Moffitt and Dunham both with 20 runs driven in. Nobody else has even 10. That is 3 through 6. The 1 and 2 set the table. 7, 8, and 9, you better hope you can just get on base, and maybe some of those guys can bring in, because 3 through 6 are the ones getting the job done. 2-1 pitch, the other one's grounded foul, and the count's now 2-2.
Well, and you look at the names of those kids too. Sully Schlimgen's a first-team All-State catcher last year. You look at Denboer, who is signed to play baseball at Dakota State this upcoming fall. So you've got some college athletes that are in the middle of this O'Gorman lineup. So, and Schlimgen has a chance to possibly play college football as well, as there's a ground ball to second for out number 2. Second out quickly here for Zabel in the top of the second.
And that'll bring up Zach Sprinkle, the center fielder. Sprinkle is hitting 159 of the season, 5 runs driven in, just 1 double, 265 team batting average for the O'Gorman Knights. But again, the 3 through 6, if you would just look at those guys, as it counts 1-0 here to Sprinkle, I mean, they're all hitting over. Zach Dunham's hitting the worst at 293, and if 293 is your worst hitter in that spot, again, there is just everything for O'Gorman 3 through 6 that is going to scare you. There is no getting around anybody 3 through 6 in this order.
Yep. And another name I forgot to mention as part of that 3 through 6 is Trenton Fisher, who's going to go play at Dakota Wesleyan in the fall as well. So a couple of collegiate baseball players in the middle of this order. I guess Fisher is the leadoff hitter tonight, but you know, lot of names that you want to watch out for, not only at the top of the order, but like you said, John, kind of in that 3 through 6 range. And once you get past that, you don't want to say that it necessarily gets easier, as of course makes us eat our words here as he singles up through the left side there for, I think, the third hit at the ball game.
Yes. Second hit of the ball game.
Second hit of the ball game for O'Gorman here, as Sprinkle singles, and that will bring up Jack Sunvald.
Sunvald, yep.
Sunvald. I don't have a lineup card in front of me right now.
That's the thing too, is that you're all hearing exactly how bad my handwriting is, because that's where Blake is looking at for the name to make sure that he gets it right, which is a problem because my handwriting's got to be better to try it.
I could just pull up Game Changer. I mean, Again,
or it can just write better.
Apologies in advance. I said it before the half inning started. Still doing on the fly here. So
counts 1-1 here to Jack Sunvold. The 212 batting average so far in the season. 4 runs driven in. A 2-out single by Sprinkle. He's at first. The 1-1 pitch will be high and outside. The count's now 2-1. And the 2-out walk that came around to score in the first inning. Now a 2-out single here in the second. The Governors don't want that to be the story of a game, is letting guys get on base with 2 outs in an inning. That'll miss outside. The count's now 3-1. And Trenton Fisher, the leadoff man, is on deck for O'Gorman. 2 outs here in the top of the second. 1 run, 1-1 our score. 3-1 pitch will miss low for ball 4, and that'll be the second walk issued by Zabel, and it's now first and second with 2 away, and it brings up Trenton Fisher.
Again, Fisher, the Dakota Wesleyan baseball commit, probably will be doing hitting more so than pitching necessarily. He really doesn't have any pitching statistics on the season, so we'll be going there to play the field.
Here's a fly ball to left field. Spencer Easlin will take a couple steps back. He'll make the catch, retire the side here in the top of the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Half of an inning and a half gone by. 1-1 our score. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Bottom of the second, 7-8-9 here for the Pierre Governors. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean. Jen Brazilius back at the station. 1-1 our score on American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein and scoreboard. Grayson Hunsley, Matthew Burr, Spencer Easlin. He might reach his base. It'll be to Nolan Peterson. As we are in the final weekend of the regular season, the Governors are coming in 6th place at 41.412 on their seed point average. O'Gorman at 12-5, 42.176. That is 5-6 in the standings. Governors will take on Yankton on Sunday. They're taking on the T-Area Titans in a doubleheader Saturday tomorrow. And so the Titans at 9 and the Yankton Bucks at 8-8. They're in 11th place. If nothing changes by the time that the weekend comes to an end, we'll be seeing Yankton to end the season and also to start the postseason, as the first pitch to Grayson Hunsley will be in there for strike 1. And the last time we saw Yankton in the postseason did not turn out well for the Governors, as Hunsley will get a hold of this one out towards left center field, giving back on it to the center fielder and Sprinkle to make the catch. And Hunsley put a ride on it, but Sprinkle will catch it out left center field, and the leadoff man retired here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, that ball either just hung up a little too much there for Hunsley, or Sprinkle was moving, or maybe a combo of both, because initially off the bat I didn't think he really had much of a chance to get to it, and he made that catch with ease.
Here's Matthew Burr. Burr at 138 batting average, swings to the first pitch, grounds it through the hole on the left side, seeing a single for Burr, and the 1-out single for the Governors. Already the 3rd hit of the ball game for Pierre. And for the Governors, you had to go all the way back to Nolan Peterson. Well, you don't have to go back far along. It was Nolan Peterson's RBI single in the bottom of the 7th with their 3rd hit in the game on Tuesday. And then also Pierre had just 3 hits in game 1 on Tuesday against Stevens. So already matching their hit total in an inning and a third here in this ball game against the guy that's got a batting average against at 182.
Yeah, really solid. And, you know, looking at the numbers for the O'Gorman pitcher in Marsh, they look really good on the surface coming in. You know, really low ERA, like you mentioned, batting average against in the 100s. But the Govs are really stringing together quality at bats against him so far.
Easel will drop down a button right in front of the plate. It is a good sacrifice bunt, and it will be a throw to first to retire Easlin. And there's 2 down, and it brings up the top of the order for Nolan Peterson to try and drive in the run to give the Govs the lead. So 2 to 3 on the sacrifice bunt. And it brings up Peterson, who ground out to the second baseman, and Fisher in his first at bat. Make that the third baseman, I believe. Either way, the Governors with Peterson have a chance to try and drive in the go-ahead run. That'll be ripped down the left field line. That is fair. Peterson will drive in Matthew Burr, and Peterson's got the RBI single to give the Govs a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting there for Peterson. He ripped the first pitch, looked like a fastball. Typically, it's going to be a fastball count early in the count because Marsh is going to try and get ahead. Caught enough of the plate, and Peterson was able to rip it down the left field line over the head of the third baseman for a single. Brewer scores from second as he's off with contact, and the Govs are up 2-1 on the O'Gorman Knights here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs, and Cade Kaiser coming to bat.
8th RBI for Peterson. Kaiser's already hit a home run. There's a high fly ball to center field. Going back on it, it's going to one-hop off the wall. Sliding was Sprinkle. Peterson will come around to score. This is going to be the courtesy runner for Peterson. And Carson Stosher will come around to score. And Cade Kaiser's got himself an RBI double, stand-up double, and it's 3-1 for the Governors.
Cade Kaiser is seeing the ball well. That first at-bat home run that easily cleared the left field wall by probably 20, 30 feet. And this one, again, kind of jumps all over the first pitch, just like Peterson did in the at-bat prior. And that thing one-hops the wall over the head of Sprinkle in center field. Run comes in to score 3-1 Govs as Marsh tries to back pick Kaiser at second, but there was nobody covering second base. Kaiser easily dives back in second base safely.
So here's Stalley, who walked in his first trip to the plate. He was thrown out between second and third on a ground ball. And Stalley will ground this one up the middle. Here's a play for Huners at short. He'll retire Stalley to retire the side here at the top of the bottom of the second inning. But 2-run score in the inning. On 3 hits, there were no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have played 2 completes. And we've got the Pierre Governors baseball team back in action. Governors lead at 3-1 back in a minute here at KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
A ground ball towards the third baseman, Grayson Hunsley, to open up the top of the third. He will not be able to make the play. It'll be a leadoff error. They'll put the first runner on here to kick off the top of the third inning, and Charlie Huners. And now it is going to be 3, 4, and 5 for the O'Gorman Knights. And we just got done talking and singing the praises of 3, 4, and 5 for O'Gorman. So this, with a 3-1 lead, Blake, this is a shutdown inning in a big way to try and get through the heart of the order without allowing any runs to score.
Yeah, absolutely, and it starts at the head of the snake with Sullivan Schlimgen right here. Like I said, first-team All-State catcher last year. The kid's got unbelievable pop, can hit to all fields as he swings and misses through strike one. But there's a reason why he's going to go play Division I athletics somewhere, whether it's baseball or football.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Schlimgen. He hits the weight on the curveball. He got a piece of it, and the count goes to now 1-2. The runner on first and nobody out here in the top of the third. And mentioned too, Governors with 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error so far to this point. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Zabel. There's a fly ball by Schlimgen out towards center field. That's over the head of Stally. That will hit the bottom of the wall. Rounding third and trying to score is going to be Huners. The throw will be cut off and no throw from Kaiser. There's an RBI double for Schlimgen, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
And that's what Sullivan Schlimgen does, ladies and gentlemen. He is a great hitter to all fields, puts one off the base of the wall in center field. Run comes in to score, and that is Huners. Making it a 3-2 ball game. Schlimgen will run for himself. Why not? He's a fantastic athlete. And Denboer is coming to the plate. And Denboer has been their best hitter statistically so far this season. If you look at batting average, on base percentage, on base plus slugging, I mean, he's been the go-to guy for the Knights this year.
First pitch is outside for ball 1. And that's the crazy thing, too, is as scary as Schlimgen is to face, you get the next guy in Denboer, which when you have the protection of Hunter Denboer to Sully Schlimgen, you're going to see Schlimgen have some really good season stats because you can't pitch around him.
No.
Just to try and go get the next guy. The throw back to second will be well late, as Schlimgen was looking to try and maybe take third on a pass ball, but Peterson had caught it cleanly. So the count's 2-0 here to Denboer. He had an RBI double with 2 outs in that top of the first inning, and already a base hit away from trying to tie this ball game back up with a 3-2 score right now. 2-0 pitch that will bounce in, blocked up by Peterson. The count's now 3-0. Throw will make its way back to second, wide of Zabel, but no harm from any of that. Mentioned too that the Governors last Saturday had 3 hits combined in those 2 games, and the 2 losses to Harrisburg. Had 3 hits in game 1 on Tuesday, and 3 hits in game 2 on Tuesday, as that one was over for a strike. The count's now 3-1. They had 3 hits in the bottom of the second inning.
Right.
This was going into the season. I had talked about a lot that we weren't going to worry so much about the offense for the Governors. It was going to be if these pitchers can throw strikes consistently, if we're going to have some good pitching. And overall, it was flip-flopped, especially over the last little bit. That one will miss low for ball 4, the throw to third. Schlimgen saw that pitch coming in the dirt, and it ends up being a stolen base for Schlimgen. And it's first and third now with nobody outs to bring up Zach Dunham.
Just a good read there by Schlimgen. Ball was in the dirt, ball 4. Peterson had to kind of scramble to go get it. And as Denboer is taking off his batting gear, Schlimgen knew that, Peterson's going to have a pretty difficult throw down the third baseline anyway, with him having to avoid him and having to pick the ball out of the dirt anyway. And so he makes the smart base running decision to take off for third, gets there pretty easily ahead of the throw. And like you said, John, Knights have got something brewing here. First and third, nobody out, and a pitching or a mound visit here from the Pierre coaching staff to try to settle down Jet Zabel and maybe figure out a defensive plan here.
You would think that at some point, whether it be the first pitch or not, that Denboer will try and take off for second,
yep.
Whether it be to try and get a run down or just try and steal second and maybe manufacture that run as well. But Zach Dunham's to the plate to try and tie the game up. First pitch, that one will be fouled back. The runner was off with the pitch. As it counts 0-1 here to Dunham. He struck out swinging to end the top of the first. But he's got an RBI opportunity with a runner at third. And potentially if that runner in Denboer gets to second, then he's got a shot to maybe drive in 2 runs and give O'Gorman the lead back. 0-1 pitch. That time the runner's not taking off, but it's going to be a wild pitch. The flip to the plate is not going to be in time. It came all the way back to Peterson, but it bounced just far enough away from him to have to run to his right after he turned around. And by the time that the flip got to Zabel, it was too late, and the game was tied 3-3.
Yeah, but that's about as perfect a ricochet as you're going to see off the back of that brick facing there. I guess the only more perfect bounce back would be right into the glove of Peterson, but really close play at the plate regardless, and the speed of Schlimgen just a little bit too much for the Govs there. Ties the ball game at 3 and then on the same play as Dunham fouls it to the backstop, Denboer takes second base as well. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position here in the top of the third. Still nobody out.
Dunham loses the easier of the RBI opportunities, but still has an RBI spot. There's a swing and a miss by Dunham. He will go down on strikes for the second time in the ball game, and there's one down here in the top of the third, and it will bring up Brogan Moffitt. Moffitt grounded out to the third baseman, his counterpart Hunsley, to lead off the top of the second. As the Governors have gotten through the meat of the order, 7, 8, and 9, or 6 through 9 now here for, so Moffitt's still part of that meat of the order for the O'Gorman Knights. First pitch, runner takes off. The throw will go to third. The throw to third's going to be in time. They got him out of third. The throw from Peterson on the money to Hunsley at third base. And Denbour is tagged out, and there's 2 down with nobody on here in the top of the second.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they decided to try a steal there, especially with Moffitt at the plate here. But good pop from Peterson, good throw, puts it right on the bag for Hunsley, and throw beat the runner in Denbour by a good 5 feet, and easy tag for Hunsley for out number 2.
2-0 pitch will miss low, and the count's now 3-0. Here to the number 6 hitter, Brogan Moffitt. Ground out to Hunsley to his first at bat. 3-0 pitch. Down the middle for a strike, and the count's now 3-1. Here to Moffitt. Jake Wheeler would be on deck if they can get to him. But 2 runs have scored here in the inning. We're tied 3-3 here in the top of the third. 3-1 pitch. That one's right at the letters and taken for a strike. And the count's now 3-2. And from 3-0, Zabel's got a chance to get out of this inning. Keep 7, 8, and 9 to lead off the top of the fourth. 3-2. That one's chopped off the plate, and it will almost hit the home plate umpire on top of the head. As that one, some weird spin on it. Everybody looked around and never saw the ball drop until it hit right behind the home plate umpire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody was kind of confused, like where'd it go? Almost like a disappearing act there.
3-2 pitch will miss for ball 4, and it will be a 2-out walk that will extend the inning here to Jake Wheeler.
Another thing to keep in mind if you're the Pierre coaching staff is Jet Zabel has now thrown 63 pitches so far through 2 2/3. So probably going to be somewhat of a bullpen effort to finish this thing out.
First pitch here to Wheeler, miss low for ball 1. And again, the Governors, who are out with just only out 2 starters in this doubleheader of Miles Doyle and Cooper Twilliger. 1-0 pitch. That'll be just upstairs. The count's now 2-0. But with the games on Sunday as well, you got to figure out, okay, if you're going to go to this guy, what's the leash? You have the idea of how many pitches someone will throw. And obviously they have to stay under the threshold of 60 pitches so they can only have 1 day of rest. Or maybe it's 45 to have only 1 day of rest. Whatever it is, they has to stay under that pitch count. So they can still come back on Sunday if that is the plan. That one is outside. The count's now 3-1. J.J. Buckles is available again to throw, and maybe he starts. They're thinking maybe he might start a game, but if we get down to the top of the 7th and it's a 1-run ball game, you gotta say you probably got to put him in there because you got to go win. You can't expect to win ball games without throwing your best at any point in the rest of the season, as this will be fouled back or fouled to the right side. The count's now 3-2 with 2 outs, and that will put the runner in motion and Moffitt over at first base. Everybody else will be available. George Stalley is available after his performance on Tuesday. He was 1 walk away from having 2 perfect innings of relief, striking everybody out. This will be fouled down the left field line. We'll do it again at 3-2. Again, it was talked at the beginning of the season that the offense was going to be huge for the Governors, and they're going to have to win ball games. You know, they can, if they have to, they're going to win ball games 10-8, 12-10, whatever it might be. But over the last couple of weeks, it has been got to win low-scoring ball games because the pitching has been good. The hitting just hasn't been there for the Governors, as this will be fouled back again, and we'll do it another time at 3-2. But if with the Governors having 5 hits through 2 innings, maybe they're getting back to their rhythm and back to their stride, which put them in a really good spot going into the playoffs. 3-2 pitch again. Another ground ball foul, which is not helping Zabel's cause to try and work as deep as he can in a ball game, as he still has not gotten through this top of the third inning.
Yeah, what a battle here from Wheeler. So far, this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat here between Zabel and Wheeler.
3-2 pitch again. Draws a walk, and it's first and second now with 2 away. 9-pitch at-bat turns into a 9-pitch plate appearance with the walk, and it's first and second for Zach Sprinkle, who singled back in the second. Base hit can make this a 4-3 lead here for O'Gorman. Big spots.
Yeah, Sprinkle's got an opportunity to give OG the lead, or, with an extra base hit, probably extend it to at least 2.
First pitch to Sprinkle. He'll watch that curveball drop in for strike 1. Singled back in the second, was stranded at second base. It was a 2-out single that he got in the second inning. He's trying to get another 2-out hit. 0-1 from Zabel. That one's fouled back to the netting. It's now 0-2, and Zabel again 1 pitch away from getting out of the third. Governors will have a 4, 5, and 6 due up in the bottom of the third inning. Charlie Simpson, Jed Zabel, and Miles Doyle. Beautiful day for baseball here at Hyde Stadium. 0-2 pitch. That one's outside. The count's now 1-2. Outside of Sunday being better, potentially, this you're looking at probably the best weekend of baseball all season. Spring and summer, this could be the best weekend, temperature-wise, everything-wise.
Absolutely.
The ground, everything about it. That one will bounce in and get to off the umpire, so it goes wide of Peterson. So it's now second and third here with 2 outs. And the deuces are wild here with 2 on and 2 outs. And a 2-2 pitch here at the top of the third. Swing and a miss, and Zabel will get the strikeout to retire the side. 7 men come to the plate, 2 runs score in the inning on just 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. After 2.5, it is 3-3 between Pierre and O'Gorman. Back in a minute here on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Vertical Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Vertical Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Vertical Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Vertical Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Charlie Simpson will lead things off here for the Pierre Governors. 3-4, make that 4, 5, and 6 for the Govs in the bottom of the third. Simpson, Zabel, and Doyle. Anybody reaches base, Grayson Hunsley. As the Govs and O'Gorman Knights tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the third. Feels good to have some runs on the board.
Yeah.
I know it's a tie ball game. We'd love to keep it at a 3-1 lead, but just good to see some runs on the board for both teams. Not just for one team, as the first pitch is a swing and a miss by Simpson for strike 1.
Yeah, and it's crooked numbers in every category so far, except for errors, which is the department that you don't want to see crooked numbers in. So it's been a back and forth game so far, and been pretty entertaining.
Counts 0-2 here to Simpson. He grounded into a fielder's choice in his first at-bats. Looking to reach base to start off the bottom of the third. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. It'll be fielded by the second baseman in Fisher. And he will retire Simpson to start at the bottom of the third. And it'll bring up Jed Zabel, who is 1 for 1. He singled, a little bloop single out in the left field for a base hit with 2 outs in the first inning. That extended that chance for the Governors to try and take a first inning lead. First pitch to Zabel is missing outside for ball one. And Zabel's hit is the epitome of baseball.
Yep.
And what the Governors are struggling with over the last couple of weeks is that they can hit a ball hard, it can go right to somebody. Zabel pops it up, and I mean, the exit velocity was probably like in the 40s somewhere. If glass would have been sitting down there in left field, it probably wouldn't have broke the glass when it landed. But it dropped in for a base hit, and in the book, it looks like he hit that one 110 miles an hour.
Yep, absolutely. And then on the flip side, like to your point, he could very well hit one. He has the capability to hit one right on the button really hard as he watches 4 pitches from Marsh and takes first base on the base on balls. But, you know, he's got the capability to hit one with an exit velocity 80, 90 miles an hour, but right at somebody. So,
right.
But like you said, goes down in the scorebook as a base hit all the same, as opposed to a line out. So you feel a lot better about those Texas Leaguer singles than you do the 80, 90 mile an hour exit velo lineouts.
Here's the first pitch out of Miles Doyle. Sudden Sunshine is running for Zabel, and Doyle will foul that one out of play on the right side for strike one. I think it was Yogi Berra that said when you're in a slump, the whole field looks like a glove. And
I'd believe that.
So if it wasn't Yogi Berra, it should have been something Yogi Berra said.
Absolutely.
0-1 pitch. Doyle will line that one into center field. Coming in, though, will be the center fielder, and Sprinkle to make the catch, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the third, and we'll bring up Grayson Hunsley.
Yeah, good piece there from Doyle. Just hits it right at Sprinkle in center for out number 2. And it's been a while since I've been up here, you know, calling games. Obviously, this is my first game of the year, but good to see Grayson Hunsley back out there this spring. I know he missed last year with an injury, so it's good to see him out and getting some meaningful at bats and time in the field.
First pitch will miss high for ball one to Grayson Hunsley, and we talked about Zabel's base hit. Hunsley had put a good piece on it out in the left center field, and whether it be Sprinkle with having some good speed or good closure on a baseball, that Hunsley hit the ball well enough to get himself a leadoff double in the second inning, but ended up being caught by Sprinkle. As it counts 1-1, and the pitch will be a check swing that will hit the corner of the netting up the first base side in foul territory. The count's now 1-2. One of those where it almost hit the wire that connects from the netting all the way to the pole. Counts 1-2. Looking for a strikeout here is Marsh. You get out of the third inning. 1-2 pitch will be fouled back to the netting again, and the count's 1-2.
Hunsley was actually the catcher on the Legion baseball team a couple summers ago. Followed that team around quite a bit, with that being Bennett's last year playing, as Hunsley lines it out to left field, really kind of with a tomahawk swing that was at about letter high or maybe even a little bit higher, and he actually put a decent swing on it out to left field and runs right into the glove of Sundvald for out number 3, and that ends the bottom of the third for the Govs, stranding a runner on no hits.
We'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Springtime has arrived. Service and Parts Department at Buck Motor Company want to remind you to get your vehicle serviced early to avoid any breakdowns and service-related frustrations. Get up to $100 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 tires, along with 4 free oil changes, a $400 value. All AC Delco Marine batteries starting at $134.95 and come with an 18-month warranty. Take $15 off a light detail. Spray-in bed liners, $635 on long beds and $595 on short beds. See all our specials at www.beck-motors.com.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
First pitch is over for strike one as we're underway here in the top of the third to Jack Sundvald. Leading off here in the fourth inning, 9-1-2. 0-1 pitch, reaching for it, grounding it over to Hunsley at third, but that goes off of his glove, and it will be a leadoff error charge to Hunsley. Second error of the ball game by the Governors and by Hunsley. There's one on and nobody out for Trenton Fisher. Back to the leadoff man here in the top of the fourth inning.
Yeah, not the way you want to start an inning if you're the Governor defense. Zabel, as Fisher lays down a bunt, Zabel picks it up, throws it to first base and Brewer for out number one, but that will advance the runner in Sundvald and bring up Charlie Huners to the plate.
So the runner does move into scoring position here with 1 out. Be the second sacrifice bunt of the day, but first one for O'Gorman. Huners is 0 for 2, ground out to Hunsley in the first, then reached on an error in the third by the third baseman. So both times have gone over to third base as Huners, and the first pitch is over for strike one. Here with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. 3-3 is her score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Zabel. That'll be high for a ball, and the count's 1-1.
And I was going to say this. I was going to mention this too, John. You know, a lot of the names on this O'Gorman squad are names that you're going to see playing for Renner Post 307 this summer. A lot of the names, you know, translate over from team to team. And I was just looking up and down the lineup before coming on the broadcast as Zabel winds up and Huners lines one into short right center field, landing in front of Stalley. They're going to try and shoot him out at third. Good throw, just missed him as Hunsley missed the ball on the short hop. And so runners end up at the corners with 1 out here. But a lot of those names, kind of going back to that point that I mentioned, Huner, Schlimgen, Denboer, who was Dunham at first, Moffitt. A lot of those names are names that, you know, you see coming from Renner Post 307 as well. A lot of translation between those two teams and names that we've seen before.
Yeah, almost. I'm not going to say everybody, but just about everybody in this lineup, whether you'll see them this year or next year, will most likely be a part of Post 307. So first and third with 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. It's now 3, 4, and 5 here for O'Gorman. Sully Schlimgen will hit with an RBI opportunity. Ground ball can get you out of the inning, but it's going to be right at somebody. This will be popped up on the infield. Miles Doyle on the right side will call for it. He'll make the catch. And 2 down here in the top of the fourth inning, and it brings up Hunter Denboer. That's a huge second out after Schlimgen walked and also doubled a home run in the third. Denboer has also been on base twice, an RBI double in the first, and he walked in the third.
And honestly, a walk here to Denboer is probably not the worst thing in the world. Even though you've got Dunham coming up after him, Denboer has hit much better this spring than Dunham has.
And Dunham with the 293, only a 293 batting average of these 4 guys that are coming to the plate right now. And, you know, we look at on the other side for Denboer at 416 and 4 home runs, you know, 34 RBIs now in the season in 28 games. That's a lot of hitting the baseball around the yard for Denboer. But the count's 0-1. He fouled off the first pitch. The runner's at the corners. 0-1 pitch. Curveball is a ground ball. Hunsley over there at third. Makes a nice hop to him. Throw to first is up the line. Brewer will make the catch and make the tag to retire the side here in the top of the fourth inning. So the Governors do escape the potential danger. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Pierre Governors and the O'Gorman Knights tied 3-3. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
It is the bottom of the fourth. The Pierre Governors and the O'Gorman Knights are tied 3-3 on the American Family Insurance. The Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. John Mickler alongside Blake Dean. 8-9-1 here for the Governors. Matthew Burr, Spencer Easlin, Nolan Peterson. There's J.J. Buchholz is warming up in the bullpen down in the right field side for the Governors, with Zabel having 88 pitches thrown. And Blake, you're in a spot right now with 13 or 17 pitches remaining here for Zabel. He can absolutely go get you another inning of work, but with 17 pitches and what he's done through 4 innings, which is averaging over 20 pitches an inning, he's got to be efficient to try and make sure he gets through those 5 innings.
Yeah, and maybe that's a change where you go into the stretch for a couple or for the rest of the game just to make sure that you're having a repeatable motion to get the ball over the plate. But that's something that the Governor coaching staff will talk with Zabel about. Let him know as this half inning rolls along, as Brewer takes strike 1 at the bottom of the zone, make it a 1-1 count, that hey, you've only got 17 pitches left. This is what we'll need you to do, and kind of go from there.
Brewer singled and came in to score back in the second inning. He's down the count 1-2 right now here to Sam Marsh to lead off here at the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-2 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and the count's now 2-2. J.J. Buchholz, who was not unavailable to pitch on Tuesday because of pitch count, he is active and getting ready to go right now in the right field bullpen. There's a pitch in the dirt, a swing and a miss by Brewer. The throw will come from the catcher, and Schlimgen to first to retire Brewer, and a strikeout for Marsh, who has not had too many strikeouts. It's only his first of the ball game.
18th of the year.
And so a guy that's, he really coming into the season or coming into this game, averaging just a strikeout per inning, gets his first of the ball game here in the lead off the bottom of the fourth as they'll bring up Spencer Easlin. First pitch will miss slow for ball 1. And you look at for Sam Marsh, who is on the hill throwing just his 46th pitch overall. This will be pitch number 47. As Easlin will sky this one. Shallow right field coming in as the right fielder, and Denmore, he'll make the catch, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. And it brings up the top of the order for Nolan Peterson.
And that's kind of the dichotomy that you see between Marsh and Zabel. Marsh is going to be a guy who's going to pitch to contact, hopefully get a lot of weak contact and hit it right at fielders, whereas, Jet Zabel is going to try to throw the ball right past you, whether you swing and miss at it, watch it, or you get the base on balls. One of the 3, that's kind of his approach as far as things go. So a little bit of a dichotomy here on the mound between the 2 styles, and you're seeing about equal results as far as the scoreboard is concerned.
Count is 1-1 here to Nolan Peterson as he swung and missed at the first pitch. 1-1 pitch. It would be popped foul right over the top of the press box. The count's now 1-2 are on top of the press box. Is dichotomy the word of the day?
It can be if you want it to be.
I think that may be Blake Dean's word of the day, dichotomy. Go look it up. Or just figure out what it means by the way Blake uses the sentence.
Use context clues.
Can you spell it?
I can, but I won't.
Count is 2-2 here to Nolan Peterson. I was going to say, I thought you were going to just pull up the iPhone and say it into the iPhone and have it spelled. There's a base hit in the right field as it dropped in front of Denmore, who was thinking about trying to throw it to first, but it went off of his glove, and Peterson is now 2 for 3 in the ball game. And he will be on first. Well, he was on first, but Carson Stosher will come and run for Peterson. And the inning continues now here to Cade Kaiser, who is 2 for 2 with a solo shot in the first and an RBI double in the second. How about a triple now here for Cade Kaiser? First pitch will miss high and inside for ball 1.
Yeah, he's seeing the ball really well right now, especially off of Marsh. And, maybe Marsh catches a little bit too much at the plate and he puts a good swing on it again.
1-0 pitch. That one's at the letters and taken for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Kaiser, who came in with just 2 for 10 on the season, but has doubled that hit total and gotten his first 2 RBIs of the season. There's a swing and a miss. Might have been a hit and run that was called, but 2 outs, maybe not so much. But Kaiser does swing and a miss to the pitch of the dirt, and Stoscher will easily steal second and be in scoring position. So a base hit for Kaiser could drive in the go-ahead run here for the Governors.
And that would be massive here because that would set up Jet Zabel for a possible win if he's able to get out of the top of the 5th.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. That is strike 3, and the throw will have to come to first from Schlimgen. And it will retire the side. 2 strikeouts of the inning for the pitcher in Marsh. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 4 complete here at Hyde Stadium. Is 3-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. It is 5, 6, and 7 here for the O'Gorman Knights as we welcome you back and into the top of the 5th at Hyde Stadium. Zach Dunham, 0 for 2 so far with 2 strikeouts. Brian Moffitt and Jake Wheeler are the next 2 hitters to open up the 5th inning. Zabel is out to try and work through the 5th inning, as that was pitch number 89, a swing and a miss from Dunham for strike 1. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. Jen Brazilius back at the station as that one is going to ride out into left center field from Dunham. That'll get all the way out to the wall. 1 hops off the wall. Staley will cut it off and will throw it in to Kaiser. And it's a stand-up double for Zach Dunham to lead off the top of the 5th inning. And just how huge was that ground out to end the top of the 4th? Otherwise, we're going to see 2 3-run score by the O'Gorman Knights in the 4th inning if he doesn't get out of that. Obviously, things could be a little bit different, but a leadoff double puts O'Gorman in business to kick off the 5th.
Yeah, 1 hop off the wall. Wind's kind of swirling a little bit here at Hyde Stadium this evening. Was initially blowing out to right center. It looks like it's kind of shifted out to left center. So got the ball up in the jet stream to Dunham, and 1 hops off the wall for a leadoff double and sets up the Knights in business here in the top of the 5th.
So now it's Brogan Moffitt, who is 0 for 1. He ground out to Hunsley in the 2nd and walked in the 3rd. He is hit by the pitch, which is more of a benefit for the Governors because it's now 1st and 2nd instead of just a runner on 3rd. And the 2nd time that he's been on base, and it brings up Jake Wheeler. But if Jet Zabel wants to get through this 5th inning, a ground ball can help you get through this inning a little bit easier. But he's got to be more efficient and got to get guys out. As Wheeler comes to the plate 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk.
And that last at-bat that he had as he squares to bunt, bunts it right back at Zabel. Zabel throws to 3rd to get the lead runner, so not the sacrifice that they wanted to execute there as Dunham is thrown out on the 1-5 putout. But the last at-bat that I was saying that Wheeler had that was a really good at-bat is he worked a 9-pitch walk, and this time he bunts the first pitch right back at Jet Zabel for the first out of the inning.
We'll see if Sprinkle's got the bunt on, but yeah, that bunt went right back to Zabel, and the only play, or I wouldn't say the only play, but the easy play was to go to 3rd to put a fielder's choice for Jake Wheeler instead of a sacrifice. And we'll see now Sprinkle is bunting with runners at 1st and 2nd and 1 out. He is not, and he swings and misses for strike 1. Sprinkle is 1 for 2, singled with 2 outs in the second. Struck out swinging to end the third. Ground ball gets you out of the inning.
And honestly, that bunt was probably to the benefit of Jet Zabel and the Governors, as Sprinkle fouls that one up the third baseline to make it a 0-2 count, because you only throw one pitch to Wheeler to get one out, and then you face the bottom 2 guys in the batting order. So, in theory, this could be a huge, huge benefit for Jet Zabel and the Govs if he's able to get these next 2 guys out consecutively.
Here's the 0-2 now here from Zabel to Sprinkle. That is high and outside. The count's now 1-2. Jack Sunvold, the number 9.
The number 9 hitter.
He is on deck. I appreciate that.
I got you.
Yeah, finishing my thoughts.
We finish each other's
sentences.
There you go.
Count is 1-2. Here to Zach Sprinkle. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Zabel. Popped up. Will it stay in play? It would stay in play, but I think it's foul. No chance for Brewer, Peterson, or Zabel to make their way into foul territory to make the catch, and there remains at 1-2.
And now Zabel's up to 96. So really, in theory, if he continues on the pace that he's at, he's got, probably this batter and then one more before he hits the pitch limit.
Here's the 1-2 pitch again from Zabel. Curveball that misses upstairs, and the count's now 2-2. Now he can get to 104 pitches in this at-bat and still go get the next guy, because you can finish out your at-bat past 105 pitches. But he would love to get through this inning here, whether it be on this at-bat with a ground ball or at least get the second out. 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And the second time that Sprinkle goes down on strikes, and there's 2 down, and it brings up Jack Sunvold. And so with about 7 pitches remaining here for Zabel, if he doesn't get this guy, he's got to be pretty quick to not get this guy out to still try and get out of this inning. Sunvold is 0 for 1. He walked in the second, reached on air in the fourth. Swings and fouls the first pitch back. He was lunging for that off-speed pitch from Zabel. J.J. Buckles, the most likely guy to come into the ball game, but if he does, we're going to see how they play everything, because they have to move everybody around if they keep Zabel in the lineup, which you would assume they would. Ground ball on the left side. This will be fielded by Kaiser. Going to be a tough play. The throw to first is not going to be in time. They got to throw it home now. The throw coming to the plate, and he is safe. The ball is dropped. Zabel now will throw to third. Hunsley will have to block it up, and the run will come in to score to make it a 4-3 lead here for O'Gorman.
Yeah, tough play there for Kaiser. Kaiser goes to first, really his only play on that ball, and, pulls Brewer off the bag a little bit, and then alertly going from third to home was Moffitt, trying to force the play. The throw actually beat him to the plate, but throw was kind of bobbled a little bit by Peterson. I thought he looked like he might have the tag of Moffitt at home, but ended up dropping the ball, and Moffitt scores. And then on top of that, then Wheeler moves from first to third on the play, so sets up the Knights with runners on the corners again with 2 outs, and turns the lineup over to Fisher.
So a wild play that, again, turns into from an infield single. Guys just kept moving on the base pass as the count's 0-2 here to Fisher. And eventually, everybody ended up being safe with an extra base except for the guy that put the ball in play, and Sunvold, who was safe at first. 0-2 pitch. There's a line shot up the middle. That is going to be caught by Kaiser at the shoe tops to retire the side here in the top of the 5th inning. 1 run does score with 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, 4-3 lead for O'Gorman over Pierre. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
3, 4, and 5 here for the Governors as they are now down 4-3 to start the bottom of the 5th inning of the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. George Stalley, Charlie Simpson, and Jed Zabel will come to the plates. Be followed by Miles Doyle if any of the three reach base, and the Governors are looking to get back into this ball, or not really back in the ball game, but tied the ball game back up at least, as Marsh has given up 3 runs on 6 hits so far to the Governors. Didn't know if there was some activity starting to go out in the left field bullpen as Stalley will try to jump on the first pitch and swings and misses for strike 1. There is one man that's out in the chain link fence, out of play in left field. There's a line shot by Stalley. That's a base hit to kick off the bottom of the 5th. 7th hit for the Governors now. Stalley is 1 for 2, and it brings up Charlie Simpson.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Stalley. Just went down and got it, lined it into left field. That was a scorcher off the bat, because if that ball got by the left fielder, Stalley's going to run for days.
Charlie Simpson will take strike 1. He is 0 for 2. Ground into a fielder's choice in the first and ground out to the second baseman in the third. He's got some pop. He hit a 3-run homer against the Mitchell Colonels as he'll foul the 0-1 pitch away. Stalley was off with the pitch, but the count goes to now 0-2.
I was going to mention that one of the more impressive things I saw before I came on the air, I was watching over on the other press box in that bottom of the first. George Stalley stole a base on Sully Schlimgen. I don't know how many times that Schlimgen's had that happen this year.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Huners to second for 1. To first, it's a 6-4-3 double play. And as quickly as the Governors get their leadoff man on base, it's retired on the double play, and there's 2 down to bring up Jed Zabel. Zabel is 1 for 1. He singled in the first and walked in the third. And instead of hitting with at least a runner on base, he'll hit with nobody on in the bottom of the 5th, as his day on the mound is probably done. This will be popped up. Is it going to stay playable on the left side? Long run, and it will land out of play.
He does, to your point, though, he does have 2 pitches that he could, in theory, could throw, plus however many he needs to finish the batter that he's facing, whether it's Huners or Schlimgen, more than likely Huners. So we'll see how the Governor coaching staff decides to play this one out.
The 0-1 pitch is at the top of the zone for a strike. The count's now 0-2. And yeah, if he could be efficient enough to get Huners on the first pitch, that he'd be able to try and go get 2 outs in that 6th inning, as that one is upstairs. The count's now 1-2. But with J.J. Buckles most likely ready to go, and it'll be interesting, again, to see what they do, too, because this is Zabel's spot in the batting order. You really don't want to take him out of the game, as that one just missed outside, and you had about all 7 guys in the field starting to walk towards the dugout. But the count's now 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball that's going to be up the middle, fielded off the hands of the Huners, and there'll be a 2-out error. And usually the sharp fielding Huners will have that one every time, and that one bounces away. And the first error by the O'Gorman Knights in the ball game, and it brings up, keeps the inning alive for Miles Doyle.
Yeah, normally Charlie Huners, and as we've watched throughout the years, older brother Leo Huners, pretty slick fielding, shortstops, middle infielder types, but just must have caught a bad bounce there, did Huners, and off his chest, did keep it in front of him, but Zabel able to reach base easily and give the Governor some life here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs and now a runner on first.
1-0 pitch will hit Doyle on the arm up near the left shoulder, and it is now first and second with 2 outs. So we'll see if the Governor's going to make the O'Gorman Knights pay for the 2-out error and the hit by pitch. Grayson Hunsley's got a chance. He's 0 for 2. Hit the ball hard both times he's been at the plate and hasn't been rewarded with a base hit. If he does it a third time, Governors should be able to tie the ball game up. Unless baseball continues to be a cruel game for Grayson Hunsley today.
Absolutely. Did want to mention that Sutton Sonnenschein is the pinch runner or the courtesy runner, I guess we should say, for Jet Zabel at second right now.
First pitch to Grayson Hunsley will miss low and away for ball 1.
And going back to the point I was talking about earlier with Sully Schlimgen, I'm surprised at how many times people have tried to steal on the kid. There have been 24 stolen bases against Schlimgen as that ball gets away from him as Marsh puts one in the dirt about 5 feet in front of the plate, bounces away from Schlimgen, and both of the runners take second and third on the play. But he's only caught 6 men stealing this year, so 24 for 30 are runners against Sully Schlimgen this year coming into the ball game. So more people are testing his arm than I thought, and that's kind of surprising given how good a catcher he is.
2-0 pitch to Hunsley. That'll miss low for a ball. The count's now 3-0. The Governors really want to cash in here. They had nobody on in 2 outs. Got the error that kept the inning alive. Hit by a pitch, and now it's a 3-0 count here to Hunsley, and most likely he'll be taking all the way. He does. He'll be taken for a strike, and still a good hitter's count. With a base open, Matthew Brewer is on deck, who is 1 for 2, but you don't have to give in if you're Marsh on the mound. A 3-1 pitch to Hunsley. Line shot. That's through for a base hit. We are tied 4-4. They will hold up Doyle at third, and Hunsley will drive in the 2-out error that makes it first and third. An RBI for Hunsley, and we're tied 4-4.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from Hunsley. He knew he probably wasn't going to get, probably knew he was going to get a fastball in that count, I guess I should say, and sat back on it, ripped it through the left side, hit it hard enough through the 5 and 6 hole on the left side for a base hit, scores the tying run, and moves the winning run, or the leading run up 90 feet to third base in Miles Doyle. And now we've got a 4-4 ball game, and the Knights are on the mound, huddled up the entire infield for a meeting on the mound here with the coaching staff. So be interesting to see how they decide to attack Brewer, or maybe they're going over a first and third situation because they saw how Pierre beat Rep City Stevens on Tuesday night. So they're probably thinking, this is how we're going to attack this if this is the play that they decide to run.
Yeah, and especially here, I know still the way the game has gone, 4-4, you're not saying, well, the next run's going to win or lose the ball game, but you don't want to take that chance.
Right.
And you don't want the Governors to go up 5-4 by stealing a run. Hunsley will take off. He'll stop between. Now the throw will come to the plate, and Doyle is out at the plate. Doyle tried to slide in, and he was tagged out, and O'Gorman will get out of the inning.
That was a good play there by the Knights. They saw that coming the whole way. Throw actually didn't even really go to second base at all. They went right to the shortstop. Doyle took off immediately once the throw was made, and Huners made a strong throw into the plate to Schlimgen. I thought the throw was going to be a little bit late, but essentially Doyle slid right into the tag of Schlimgen at the plate and ends the inning at the plate here with only 1 run scoring in the bottom of the 5th.
So 4-4 score as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
While the Governors didn't get the lead in that 5th inning, they did take advantage of the 2-out error that came around to score on the RBI single from Grayson Hunsley. And we are tied 4-4 as Trevor Rounds will take over on the mound for the Pierre Governors, ending the afternoon and the evening for Zabel on the mound, but not so much in the game. He stays and plays left field for the Governors, and it will be Trevor Rounds in the spot for Spencer Easlin, as Zabel will go 5 innings, allowing 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts in 103 pitches. So the next time we see Zabel pitch, and I would probably put a lot of money on it that we're going to see him pitch next weekend in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
One way or the other, we're going to see him probably pitch in the playoffs, with the Governors having to win a best 2 of 3 series to get into the state tournament. But it will be Trevor Rounds, Charlie Huter, Sully Schlimgen, and Hunter Denmore will be the first 3 men to greet him. 73 pitches for Sam Marsh, so he's still got plenty of room to work in the 6th inning. He's got 32 pitches remaining. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Trevor Rounds. 7 1/3 innings pitched. This will be his 6th appearance, 5th relief appearance, as the 1-0 is ripped into left field, and Zabel will have to let that one hit in front. And a leadoff single for Huners. He is now 2 for 4 in the ballgame to kick off the top of the 6th inning. But to keep the totals going here for Trevor Rounds, he has given up 17 hits, 20 runs, 16 of them earned, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 15.27 ERA, and a 3.41 whip, and a batting average against that 425, as there's a swing and a miss to the number 3 hitter in Sully Schlimgen. But the last time that we saw Trevor Rounds pitch, I believe it was, if I can get the right sheet here, this will be a ground ball up the first base line. Rounds will pick up the ball late, and it will end up being an infield single for Sully Schlimgen. And the speed of Schlimgen was able to get down the line in time and make it first and second here with nobody out. And it will bring up the number 4 hitter in Hunter Denmore. Rounds through 2 innings, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts on Tuesday, and 42 pitches. And that 6-0 loss to the Stevens Raiders last time he was out. So he threw much better and trying to get much better, but he's given up 2 hits to open up his outing, and it's now Hunter Denmore's chance to give O'Gorman the lead. He's trying to bunt the ball, and that'll be missing for foul for strike 1.
Wow.
I was going to I think that's the only word to describe that. It is very surprising for Hunter Denmore with 33 runs driven in, or 34 overall. He's 1 for 2 with a double. 4 home runs of the 10 that they've hit, and that's how much they want these runs to come into scores. They're willing to bunt Denmore, and then the 0-1 pitch was not bunting, almost got hit with it, and it comes inside, the count's 1-1.
Yeah, when he squared around to bunt, first of all, I think everybody in the stadium was surprised. Secondly, I don't know how much he's bunted this year or really in general at all, because even when he tried to square around, he did not look real comfortable as the ball was as that pitch from Rounds was a little bit low, make it a 2-1 count. So I think that's the last time they're probably going to do that, and they're just going to let him swing the stick because he doesn't look like he's squaring anytime soon.
2-1 pitch, be upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. There's those videos. Was it Sean Casey? Or no, it wasn't Sean Casey. It's when a coach tells you to bunt, tell him you're not going to bunt, you're going to swing for the fence.
Oh,
he might be the one guy that on this team or on a plenty of teams that would actually have the power to say that, like, no, I'm not going to bunt. You're not going to tell me to bunt. He will draw the walk, and the bases are now loaded with nobody out, and it will bring up Zach Dunham.
That almost makes me think of Coach Kent Murphy.
Yeah, Kent Murphy was the one I was thinking of, but I think there was somebody else there recently that had some kind of video and said you tell the coach no if he tries to tell you to bunt.
Right.
Zach Dunham, he has got a double in his last at bat. He is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a double. And he'll swing and launch that one down left field side. That one's going to drop in for a base hit and score a couple. Zabel will have to go all the way to the wall to pick it up. His throw will come in. It's a 2 RBI double for Zach Dunham. And it's a 6-4 lead for O'Gorman with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, bases loaded for Dunham. Dunham's kind of the last big bopper of the middle of the order for O'Gorman. loaded the bases for him, and he does the damage, putting the Knights up 6-4 here in the 8th with a ringing double that's just past the outstretched right arm of Jet Zabel and gets to the wall. Scores 2, possibly could have scored 3 if they would have decided to send a Denboer, but they decided not to, and I think probably wisely decided not to. You're not going to try and get the first out of the inning at the plate. Making it 2nd and 3rd with nobody out here. Runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out here in what is now a 6-4 ball game for the Knights.
Ground ball. Kaiser will back up to field it. His throw will be wide of first base. It will score another run. It will go into the dugout, and it will make it second. Runner on second, and 2 runs will come in to score. So it will be an RBI, 1 RBI for the hitter in Moffitt.
Yep.
As it will be, the run was going to score regardless of the play being made, but it still goes down as an error, and 2 runs do come in to score. And he will end up at second with the ball out of play, and the 3rd error by the Governors now in the ball game. And it brings up Jake Wheeler. And an 8-4 lead now for O'Gorman, and not how the Governors were hoping to have this 6-inning go, with the fact that they had tied this thing up 4-4. As the first pitch by Wheeler will be sky down to center field. Stalley will make the catch for the first out. And there is 1 down here in the 6th inning, and it will bring up now Zach Sprinkle.
The center fielder, number 5, Zach.
Yeah, good job there by Rounds to just put it over the heart of the plate and let Wheeler put the ball in play, get himself out. That's what he does. Fly ball to Stalley for out number 1. That brings up Sprinkle with a runner on second here and 1 out.
1 for 3 so far is Sprinkle. A single back in the 2nd. He struck out swinging in the 3rd and 5th inning. First pitch from Rounds will be behind Sprinkle, and off the glove and to third base will go Moffitt. Another run 90 feet away here for O'Gorman, who's already put a before spot in the blink of an eye in this 6th inning. Sprinkle now a fly ball or even a ground ball up the middle can score the run. That'll come inside. The count's now 2-1 or 2-0, excuse me. 4 runs in the inning. Back-to-back singles, a walk, and a 2-run double by Dunham. Ground ball that was going to be an RBI ended up being an error, and now Sprinkle is hit with a pitch in his 1st and 3rd. With 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning, and Jack Sundvold will come to the plate. He's been on base all 3 times here for O'Gorman. He's 1 for 2, excuse me. Walk in the 2nd, error in the 4th, and a single in the 5th. And Coach Cody Sherrill will make his way out and have a conversation with Trevor Rounds, who has struggled in this inning. Obviously, he's had a couple of bad breaks with a slow ground ball and then an error hit by a pitch. It's been a ballooning inning for Rounds on the mound.
Yeah, good job by the coaching staff and Coach Sherrill to go out and try and settle down Rounds here. But you're right, just an inning that kind of got away from the Govs. Started out with a single by Huners to left, and Schlimgen hit one all of about 25-30 feet up the first baseline off the end of the bat, and ends up getting on first base on a single there. Denboer walks, and that loads the bases. 2 RBI double for Dunham. Moffitt gets on the air, like you said, and then you get the fly out to center from Wheeler and the hit by pitch to put runners on the corners here with 1 out.
First pitch will miss low for Sundvold. 8th man to come to the plate here in the 6th inning for O'Gorman. 4 runs have scored, 1 out here at the top of the 6th, and runners are at the corners. 1-0 from Rounds. This will be popped up left side. Zabel will stay with it. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag. The throw will come in and will be cut off by Hunsley. An RBI sac fly for Sundvold, and it's now a 9-4 ball game here in the 6th. With 2 outs, and it brings up the top of the order in Trenton Fisher. So productive outs, drawing in another run. 5th of the inning here for O'Gorman. Here's the first pitch to Fisher. That'll be taken for strike one. The throw to second will be high. And the count will be 0-1 here to Fisher, but Sprinkle is in scoring position here with 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Yeah, good job there by Sprinkle to get himself into scoring position, trying to manufacture things all by himself.
This will be popped foul out of play, and the count's 0-2.
We're going to get you a foul ball one of these days, John. That looked like it had the right speed, just the trajectory was a little bit off there. I know it's your dream to get a foul ball.
Will always be my dream. 0-2 pitch. Everyone's in towards right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Another run will come in to score as it's a 10-4 ball game. This one skipped off the glove of George Stalley, and to second will go Fisher. It'll be a 2-out double for Fisher. And another RBI and a 6-run inning here for the O'Gorman Knights. So they have batted all the way around. And it'll go back to the top of the order for Charlie Huners. Matt White's the head coach for today. Dan Hughes also a coach, but he is not here. And so the first base coach is one of the players on the team, and that'd be Bjorkman, who's on the bench. He's got all these base hits and guys that had gotten on first. He had taken all their gloves and their elbow guards and their shin guards, as that one is missing inside the Cal Tuno. He had to run back over to give Huners his glove back because he was on deck, and now he's back at the plate. For the Governors, you don't want to see that happen, but for O'Gorman, that's a good sign when your first base coach has to come back over to the dugout and start handing equipment back off, because you got guys coming back to the plate. That one will miss low again. The count's 3-0.
Yeah, exactly, and that is a positive sign for O'Gorman. Like you said, coach isn't even here as that ball is ripped by Huners into the left center gap for an RBI double. Possibly a triple as he's going to look to try and get to third.
The throw will be coming in from Kaiser, wide of the bag. It's an RBI triple for Huners, and it's a 10-4 lead. We'll make that a 11-4 lead, a 7-run inning here for the O'Gorman Knights. And it will extend the inning now to Sully Schlimgin. So a triple now here for O'Gorman, as they've got 2 singles, 2 doubles, a triple. This one will get to the backstop. Another run will come in to score to make it a 12-4 ball game. So Schlimgin, who had the RBI opportunity, will not get the RBI chance anymore.
Well, it's always an RBI opportunity when he's batting.
As I say, with 3 home runs, he's got 22 runs driven in. He can make an RBI for himself real quick. The 1-0 pitch. And Schlimgin will get out towards right field. This will get over the head of Simpson, and it will one-hop off the wall. He's got himself another double. He's going to try for 3. The throw from the second baseman, Doyle, will be wide of the bag and sliding in. It's back-to-back triples now here in the 6th inning. And it will bring up Hunter Denboer.
And that's his 5th triple this year. 5th triple this year for Sully Schlimgin. I mean, the kid, what can't he do, whether it's a baseball field, football field? I mean, unbelievable.
So here's Denboer, who is 1 for 2. He's drawn 2 walks, also has an RBI double. And it's a 12-4 ball game right now.
13-4.
This will be taken for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's 1-2. We'll leave it. And they've scored 8 runs here in the inning.
Okay.
Yeah, with 2 outs, we got runner on third here.
You're right.
So here's the 1-2 pitch. But a shot here from Denboer. It's all of a sudden with him at the plate, he is representing the run to go up by 10. He is also a guy that you don't want to see at the plate that can represent that run to go up by 10 at the plate. with his team leading 4 home runs and 34 runs driven in. 1-2 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-2. It'll be 8-9-1 here for the Governors. Matthew Brewer, Trevor Rounds, and Nolan Peterson in the bottom of the 6th inning. As the the game has quickly gotten away from the Governors. This will be flown out to left field. Denmore is able to turn, and that's a 2-run homer. And it's a 14-4 ball game. 10-run, 6th inning. A 10-run, 6th inning here for the O'Gorman Knights. And all of a sudden, Pierre has to go from having this game tie in the 5th, the bottom of the 5th, to looking to see if maybe they can take the lead in the 6th, now needing a run to keep the ball game alive in the 6th inning. Zach Dunham will come to the plate. He's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. And that will end the day for Trevor Rounds. And we'll see who will come into the game, whether that will be Weston Northrup to pitch or where they will go. It is a 14-4 ball game. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
So it is the top of the 6th inning. Still, the Pierre Governors are down 14-4 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard, and it will be Kate Kaiser that will throw for the first time this year. Weston Northrup is in to play short, and he will hit second in the order in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 10-run 6 for O'Gorman, and Blake, as we are here at the top of the 6th inning, and things have obviously fallen apart for the Governors here in the 6th, and you tip the cap a little bit to what O'Gorman was able to do in this inning. But the 10-run ball game right now, obviously you've got your idea of where you want to go with pitching-wise in game number 2. This is a perfect time for Kaiser to get maybe a work if he's going to pitch in the playoffs. If you're going to have him pitch in the playoffs, this is where you want him to come in and throw for the first time this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Low leverage situation for Cade. Really nothing on the line as far as things go. And he already has 2 outs in the inning. So, nobody on base. Clean start to his pitching season this year. So you're absolutely right. He's got a chance to maybe show something here, especially against a quality hitter in Zach Dunham that's coming to the plate right now. Chance to show the Governor coaching staff a little something if they decide to turn to him in the playoffs.
So here is Zach Dunham to start the 6th inning, but as the first pitch is flown out to center field, George Staley going back over his head and a 1-hop off the wall. Actually, was able to cut it off before it got to the wall, and it will be a 2-out double by Zach Dunham, his 3rd double of the ball game, 2nd of the inning, and it will bring up now Brogan Moffitt with a runner on and 2 outs. Kaiser almost needed just 1 pitch to get out of the inning, which would have been a wild thing to go and talk about the rest of your life. Yeah, my senior year, I threw 1 pitch. Threw 1 pitch and got out of the inning.
Yeah, but Dunham unfortunately breaks that opportunity for Kaiser to have, and you know that Dunham's standing on second base every time he gets there because he does this weird little dance that he does every time he gets a double. And I'm sure everybody has their own double celebration, whatever, but it almost looks like something you'd see on Fortnite or something like that. I'm not really sure what it is, but It's something that's cool with the kids these days, but that's something I wouldn't know anything about. So,
Count is 0-1 here to Moffitt as he is looking for his first hit. Reach on an error in the first trip to the plate here in this inning. This will hit him. And it's now first and second here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Are you're saying you're not hip with the you don't play Fortnite or anything like that?
I'm just not cool, is what I'm saying.
Cool to the young kids or to just in general?
In general,
okay.
John. I'm surprised you're even questioning that.
Jake
You've been
Wheeler,
around me long enough.
I figured that you're a cool person, but maybe my standards of cool are pretty low, I guess.
You've got rose-colored glasses on because you work with me all the time.
Well, my eye vision is pretty bad. I just want to know to Jake Wheeler. He is.
You're right, it is. It's not great.
0 for 3 so far in the ball game. This will get to the backstop, and it'll bring up second and third here with 2 outs. 2-0 count now to Wheeler. Governors will have to hit the reset button. Again, obviously, one team scored 10 runs in an inning. Governors can maybe find a way to score 10 runs in the inning, and you're right back to being square one. But if you don't, and you got to score some runs to keep the ball game alive, it'll put you in a spot where you have to hit the reset button because you really need a split. 2-2 is probably the worst you want to go this weekend, and splitting today puts you in a good spot to do that on Sunday as well.
Yep.
But 0-4 and 1-3, you start to get a little. You put yourself on edge and a potential of maybe falling out of that top 8, especially if you go 0-4 as the 3-0 pitch is over for a strike for a 3-1 count. T area at 40.059. The Governors at 41.412. So 1.4 separates T and Pierre, but you don't want to take the risk of dropping 4 games and T picking up a couple of wins. They're playing tonight against Stevens. And if they win those 2 games and then they beat Yankton twice, all of a sudden that 40.059 really jumps up there a lot, and the Governors start to fall back a little bit more. Counts 3-2 now here to Wheeler. Trying to retire him, and that will get to the backstop for ball 4. Another run will come in to score to make it 15-4. And it's first and third here with 2 outs, and it will bring up Zach Sprinkle again.
Although to that point, just pulling up the scores between Stevens and T right now, Stevens is leading T 3-0 in the top of the 5th right now in T. So,
how about Stevens? I wouldn't say that was a full surprise, but I don't think there's a lot of people that had Stevens on the radar going into the season that they were going to be in the top 5, and they have been a very good baseball team all year. First pitch is over for strike 1, and the Governors lost that first game with 11-run 6th inning that they gave up to Stevens. Obviously, there was a lot of Pierre saying, okay, we got to be better than what we were. But it was more so like somewhat of a surprise that Stevens just beat Pierre. Now when you look at it back again, you're going, oh, Stevens went 1-2 or 2-1 against Pierre. That's not as surprising given how good Stevens has been all season.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that you have to look at with Stevens as that is the ball 2 from Kaiser here. One of the things you have to think about too with either of the Rapid schools, whether it's Central or Stevens, they're already down a bunch of their quality baseball players because not only does Post 22 not let their players play high school baseball, but neither does Post 320 anymore. So you're really down all of the kids that play for both of those teams. And the fact that now Rapid City Stevens is still, one of the top 4 teams in the state is really impressive.
This will be grounded to the second baseman Doyle, who will flip to Northrup covering at second to finish out the 6th inning. But it was a 11-run inning for the O'Gorman Knights, who lead at 15-4 heading to the bottom of the 4th. We will step aside for a minute. Governors will need to score at least 2 runs and try and keep this ball game alive. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Matthew Brewer will lead things off. He'll be followed by Weston Northrup and then Nolan Peterson. Anybody reaches base, and the Governors will need guys to reach base, and then go to Cade Kaiser. Down 15-4 here in the bottom of the sixth. It was not really how the Govs had it drawn up, with a 4-4 tie through 5 innings, an 11-run inning on 8 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base for the Stevens Raiders, or excuse me, for the O'Gorman Knights.
We were talking about
we were talking about Stevens. They're the same color as the Stevens Raiders, but it is O'Gorman, as the first pitch is upstairs to Matthew Brewer for ball 1.
Opposite ends of the state.
Well, and Stevens had also got an 11-run inning on the Governors back in the beginning of the season. There's a swing and miss by Brewer. The count's 1-1. He is 1 for 2. He singled to lead off with a 1-out single in the second. Came around to score, then struck out swinging his only other at bat. This will miss low for a ball. The count's now 2-1. So again, if the Governors don't score 2 runs in this inning, they'll lose an inning earlier than normal, as that one's flown out to left field, but a liner right to Sunvold out in left, and there's 1 down. Here to kick off the bottom of the 6th, and Pierre will have to reset, as Cooper Twilliger will hit for Weston Northrup. So he will have his first at-bats. Twilliger so far hitting just 100, only 1 for 10 with the double. Does have an RBI. He'll swing and foul the first pitch back for strike 1.
We'll see if Coop can raise that batting average by 100 points right here with a base hit.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Nolan Peterson is on deck. Sam Marsh, who had a tougher 5th inning than he did in the 3rd and 4th, but still can get through all 6 innings. There's a swing and a miss by Terwilliger. The throw will go to first to retire Terwilliger. There's 2 down here in the 6th inning, and it will bring up the top of the order in Nolan Peterson. Peterson is 2 for 3. 2 of the 8 hits for the Governors. He singled in the second, driving home a run. He was then driven in by the Cade Kaiser double. His spot was driven in. Carson Stosher was running for him, as the first pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Then he singled in the 4th. See who the game 2 starter will be for the Governors. Might be J.J. Buckles that will get the start. This will be fouled right on top of the press box, right? It was far enough away from him, but was on a line. It could have broke a window. We have seen that the window be broken at Hyde Stadium, as the count is now 1-2. As the Governors are down to their final strike here in game number 1, with that 10-run rule in potential order with the 15-4 lead for O'Gorman. 1-2 pitch. Line shot. That's a base hit for Peterson. He's 3 for 4. 3 singles in his last 3 at-bats. And extends the inning for Cade Kaiser. Well, we've seen him do it once already in this game. If he hits one out again, the game will extend into the 7th inning.
Yep. All you can ask for right now, if you're the Govs, is to play another inning and build some positive momentum going into game 2.
Here's the first pitch to Kaiser. That one is at the top of the zone in the outside corner, and it's 0-1. He is 2 for 3, a home run in the first and an RBI double in the second. Struck out swinging in the 4th. 0-1 pitch. That one will miss low. He was able to hold up and not swing. One of 3 doubleheaders tonight. Stevens and T play the doubleheader, and Blake had mentioned Stevens was winning 3-0 earlier. Jefferson and Huron also playing in a doubleheader. I will say, too, that last night there was a couple games, and the standings had been updated on the high school baseball website over the last couple of days once this week started. But Washington beat Roosevelt 8-5, and Lincoln beat Jefferson 7-3. They said the standings were updated this morning, but they didn't have those games in. I don't know if there was something else in there that is making that a little bit, if they're more exhibition games or what the reasoning is, or if they just hadn't put those games in there yet. But it's now first and second as Kaiser will draw the 2-out walk, and George Stalley, if he can find a gap, can extend this game to the 7th.
And looking up the other score as far as the Jefferson-Huron game, Jefferson currently leading Huron 6-0 in the top of the 7th.
First pitch to Stalley is over for strike one. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Walked in the first, ground out to short in the second, and hit a leadoff single in the 5th. 0-1 pitch. Stalley will pop this one up. Charlie Huners out in the outfield grass will call for it. He'll make the catch and end the ball game here in 6 innings. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. First game is in the books. 15-4 win for O'Gorman, a 10-run rule over the Governors. We'll step aside for 2 minutes and wrap up game number 1. Back in 2 here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Happy anniversary, Wagner Auto. Wagner Auto is celebrating 117 years in the area with sales and service, and now they want to thank you for taking part. When you buy a vehicle at Wagner's, you'll receive $117 in beef bucks just in time for grilling season. See us for details. Get sale prices on Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Check out our ever-expanding inventory. Get the best deals now during the 117th anniversary celebration at Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealership. Wagner Auto, 330 East Sioux in Pierre. Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag, chemical, and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag, chemical, and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
As we welcome you back here, it is a 15-4 win for the O'Gorman Knights over the Pierre Governors in game number 1. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we wrap up game 1. 15 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors, and 11 men left on base for O'Gorman. 4 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, and 8 men left on base for the Governors. Time of the ball game was an hour and 54 minutes as we played just 6 innings. Sam Marsh gets the win. Trevor Rouse will pick up the loss as he gave up those runs in the 11-run 6th inning. Was started that inning, and Blake, things just kind of snowballed out of control for the Governors in that spot where there really wasn't much that the Governors could do to kind of stop how things were going. There was one error in the inning. Yes, that could have helped to alleviate maybe some of that, but just O'Gorman, tip the cap to O'Gorman, who just ran away with it in that 6th inning.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing was, that to start the 6th inning, you got the well-hit ball off the bat of Charlie Huners, but then you get Sully Schlimgen, I think, on the play of the game where you expect the kid to hit it 300 plus feet every time he steps in the batter's box. He hits one off the bat up the first baseline, all of probably 25 feet. And he, being a catcher, you don't necessarily expect him to be as fast as he is, but being an all-state football player, first-team all-state catcher last year in baseball, kid's just a phenomenal athlete. He's able to beat out the throw from Rounds, who scampers off the mound, and really it was almost a swinging bunt off the end of the bat. To me, that was the play of that sixth inning that continued to carry the momentum in favor of the O'Gorman Knights. And then Dunbar draws the walk, loads the bases. Dunham with the big 2 RBI double to start the scoring in that sixth inning from O'Gorman. And like you said, just things kind of continued to snowball after that. But that was, to me, the play that kept the momentum going in favor of the O'Gorman Knights in that sixth inning, and it just continued throughout the rest of the inning to where they ended up batting around through that sixth inning as well. So big ups to O'Gorman for that sixth inning, but you take a step back and you look at it from a 30,000-foot view, and the Govs are right in this ball game up until that point. Through 5 innings, they compete really evenly and with the O'Gorman Knights, and you can really understand why both of these teams are really right behind each other in the standings.
Kate Kaiser had an RBI solo shot home run in the first inning, tied the game up. He had an RBI double that gave the Govs a 3-1 lead, and ended up being a 3-3 tie. 4-3, O'Gorman took the lead in the fifth, and then a RBI single from Grayson Hunsley tied the game at 4-4 before the 11-run sixth inning for the O'Gorman Knights to win 15-4. So that wraps up game number 1. We will end our broadcast here on YouTube. We'll come back with game number 2 coming up in just a little bit. We'll also hear from me in the 5 o'clock news coming up as well. We'll have that.
He does it all, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, only this week I had to do it all, but not even do it all. DT did a lot of work too. It was DT and I. Zach was taking a much well-needed vacation. But we'll hear the news coming up in just a little bit. We'll be back here in a little while for game number 2. We're looking at maybe a little before 7:30 to get started for game 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and O'Gorman. Final score 15-4 in game number 1. We'll step aside and come back with the